Welcome, everybody, to the KQ Show, Episode 12, Instructional Guide for Your Listening Pleasure. For those new to the show, hi, I'm Kyle. I'm just like everyone else. I wake up, take my hat and jacket off, then start my day. As a young lad, I had what my parents would call the gift of gab. I love talking and learning from interesting people. So on the show, I'll be chatting with business owners, fitness enthusiasts, certified VCR repair technicians, and the hamburger helper glove. Today's episode brings us talking with the CEO of fitness. I chat with Jeremy Sexton, a great friend of mine and owner of 2 Fitstop 24 gym locations and Nutrition HQ supplement store. We discuss the importance of nutrition and fitness for physical and mental health, and what it takes to successfully run a business. Also, never take your shirt off near him, you will be embarrassed. Enjoy the show. KQ Show. Welcome, everyone, to the KQ Show, Episode 12. Today's episode is brought to you by Fitstop 24 Mishawaka. Listen, if you're like me, you might have an extra layer of 2 of winter weight you'd like to get rid of. Matter of fact, the other day I was brushing my teeth and noticed my titty was bouncing right along with my brush stroke. It's a very sad day to be a gentleman with your breasts flopping all over the place. But listen, luckily, the Fitstop Gym is opening in Mishawaka in June, this June, okay? And right now, if you sign up now for Fitstop Mishawaka, you pay for 1-year membership. You will get 2 free months. That's correct, 2 free months. Shirtless Thursdays have been canceled. I do apologize for that. But please, get online, check it out, Fitstop. They're a great company. They've got 2 locations now right here in the area, south of Mishawaka. Sign up now for Mishawaka and get 2 free months. Any questions, see Jeremy Sexton, or go ahead and check him out on Facebook. Today's guest just left. I don't know where he went. No. Today's guest, he's a Purdue grad. Owner of 2 Fitstop gym locations, South Bend and Mishawaka. Also owner of Nutrition HQ supplement store. Recent member of the Golf Hole-in-One Club. And my friend for almost 13 years, Mr. Jeremy David Sexton.
Excellent intro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, thanks for coming, man. We'll see you later. So, man, long time coming, man. Obviously, you've been lived together for 2-3 years. A lot of craziness happened, but
it felt like a decade.
It did. It
was in a good way.
It was our 30s of a decade.
Yeah.
It felt a bit like that.
We did it right.
So, man, I'm excited about the gym. So, hey, let's get it kicked off with that, man. So, what did it take to get this thing about to launch? What's left?
Oh man, so Fitstop 24 Mishawaka. It's been coming along for about 6 to 8 months, but it's my second franchise, but it's part of a big franchise system. So there's 20 clubs now in I think 6 counties.
So you're running 10% of all of them, huh?
Yeah. That's cool. That's a really excellent way to put it.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, it's been coming around. We signed the lease back in February. Our whole goal is to kind of bridge the gap between the South Bend location for Fitstop 24, and the Eastlake and Granger, which the membership is universal between Eastlake and Fitstop. There's a lot of people that are members at those. I mean, it's just the clubs have kind of taken over the area. The value is so good, and so that's our goal is to bridge the gap between South Bend and Granger. Give people 3 places to hit within 30 minutes.
Nice. So what's new? Because this one, I've seen it. Okay, and it looks. I saw like the bare bones of it. But what's going to be different about this one? It's an awesome location. First off,
I think the first thing that I should say this club is me and my partner Fernando. He also owns a couple of Fitstop club locations, but it's a big project. So I took on a partner to do this, and our very first conversation was we wanted to provide a feel and a vibe that people are missing in the Mishawaka Granger area. So you walk in, you've got good lighting, you've got basically a clean concrete look with black paint, very aesthetic to the eye, pleasing to the eye.
Oh, yeah.
Because there is a lot to the look good, feel good concept. So when you're in there, that was our first goal, was to have it a very appealing place to be, very clean, good looking gym, and obviously good equipment. So we have a ton of good equipment. Right now it's just sitting in one corner, but yeah, I would say what's different is definitely the value of the membership. You can go to so many clubs in this area with the FitStop membership, but overall I'm looking to just be the cool place to be, honestly. That's one of my big goals. So
what was your first, because I mean, and I know I've known you forever, and I remember hearing you first talk about, working places, and you're like, man, I just got to own my own stuff. So what was the first step that got you in there to get, I guess, actually, let's rewind, actually, the biggest thing. So I think, obviously, when we talk about fitness, so it's not like you just woke up and said, hey, I want to run a gym. But you really started, your fitness journey. I saw a picture of you before you started working out.
Yeah. I've been all over the map. I've been 150 and frail, and I've been 320 and breathing heavy upstairs. So.
Yeah, you been 280 running triathlons.
I was pretty happy at all points of those, honestly. But no, this has been a long time coming. So
yeah, like what got you into it? Like, what was it? Just one day you woke up and said, "Hey, I want to get big," or I mean, what really got you going with working out?
Well, me personally, with working out or wanting to be in the fitness industry, like
just the start of the working out. Did you start working out before you knew you wanted to be in the fitness industry?
Oh yeah,
okay,
for sure.
Because that's what I mean. Yeah. Start from
starting out.
Baby germs.
Starting out, I think the thing that the reason that this is so crazy right now is I was so intimidated by gyms. I mean, as a kid who didn't really, I played sports in high school, but I didn't work out. I didn't really know much about the exercise culture, nothing like that. It was very intimidating. So if you can remember the old school iPods with just the one line black and white digital display.
Yeah.
They were $500 at Best Buy, and they held 16 songs. Yeah. I bought one of those things for $500, man. Never forget it.
Got to clip out them intros. Save
yeah,
some
and I
space.
just started jogging because I wanted to lose some weight.
Yeah, how old were you?
This would have been probably, I don't know, I was like 19 or 20. Right out of high school,
Gotcha.
I went to IUSB for a couple years. Eventually quit, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, I kind of I just was like not feeling good about myself, so more wanted to get into it for like the whole self-esteem thing.
Gotcha.
But I'm also very, I would say, I wanted to figure it out on my own. Okay. So like, I didn't really seek out a lot of help. I just kind of just started doing stuff. Started running, started doing body weight stuff, like push-ups, crunches. Honestly, what's really cliche is the Rocky movies, man. I would go out in the garage. My dad had extra weight set, and I would just do weird stuff. I didn't even know what I was doing, but I just started doing like the Rocky
beating up
workouts,
frozen
man.
pigs.
Yeah, absolutely. Beating up frozen pigs in the garage in South Bend, Indiana. Yeah, that's what got me into it. Just as for my own personal fitness, and that's what got me into it. And then, I was going to IUSB, just general studies, kind of not vibing with anything. But then I started to like lose some weight and look better, and I felt better. I got more confidence. And holy crap, man, it was crazy. I just went from completely introverted, which I am again now, which is crazy to come full circle. But I went from being very kind of reclusive a little bit, and then getting a lot of confidence, working out, just became a very strong passion. And so I decided to kind of make that my education goal as well. So that's what got me into it.
So you played what? You said, we'll talk about golf for sure, but so you went to IUSB, when you went to Purdue, is that when you started to go?
Yeah, at IUSB, I just, I didn't go on many campus visits when I was in high school to any out-of-town colleges. I didn't really have an idea of what the heck I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I had no clue, man.
I don't think anybody did.
No clue, but I didn't even try to fake it. I was just like, nah, I'll just go to the rec center at IUSB and take out extra money for a large screen TV.
That's I bought a couple pair of rims there. Finally paid them off a couple years ago.
Yes. No, so I just kind of just took a wide variety of classes at IUSB. Learned I don't like math.
But you went to Riley, I went to Adams. That's about the same.
Yeah.
We get the same math structure. We just hate it.
I was like, they got calculators for this.
Yeah, hey, in the future,
in the future, nothing matters.
There's a rich kid over there with TI 83 plus silver. I don't know what it is, but he's got one.
No, I was playing games on that thing. I wasn't doing math.
Tetris.
Yes. No, but the education thing, when I went to, then I transferred to Purdue. So, at the time, IUSB didn't have any health sciences stuff. They do now, which is nuts, because now I've actually lectured in an IUSB classroom in the health sciences department. Yeah. Which is crazy. But back then they didn't have it. So you had no options around here in South Bend, Mishawaka, Granger, Elkhart. Nowhere where you could go to school and get a degree in anything fitness related. Now you can. So transferred to Purdue and just, man, it was so fun. I mean, just learning all that stuff, like experiencing a larger group of people that were all kind of like in the same mentality. And it was crazy because I felt like the 2 or 3 year journey I had in fitness at IUSB and leading up to that, I thought I had made so much progress. And then I go to Purdue and it's like, man, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So that's when I think I flipped the switch in my head, like, oh man, I think I want to work in this kind of environment. So yeah, that's basically how it started. That's been a while now.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I remember you came back. That's when I met you. You came back here. I don't know when you came back in town, but I looked up by the friendiversary. I have it as it was December of 2009.
Yeah,
I remember it. So you came back into town. I know you started working right at that Memorial.
No, I went through a couple jobs. I tried to get a job at Memorial Health and Lifestyle Center, which is now Beacon. So hard because it was an elite job. They obviously require higher credentials. At the time, I'm not sure if it's this way now because I haven't paid attention, but you had to have a 4-year degree in something exercise or fitness related or nutrition related. So obviously the pay was better, but the bar was set higher. So like, if nothing else, I just wanted a chance in the door so I could get that on my resume, kind of learn from some people, which I eventually did. And wow, did I meet some really awesome people at Memorial. At least 2 or 3 people that 2 that I keep in touch with still as mentors, and then 3 total that just taught me everything from the fitness industry perspective. But before I got there, I mean, I couldn't get in. So, you apply, and I just couldn't get an interview. So I bounced around a couple jobs. I mean, I think I worked at World Gym. Yes, it was real humbling, coming back with a college degree, feeling like you know a lot.
Debt.
And yeah, I mean, and no disrespect to them at all, but the wages in this shouldn't come as a surprise to people, but like you're not becoming a millionaire by working in a gym, So, it was a little humbling, just kind of struggling. I moved back in with my parents, which actually went great. I moved back in with my parents for a little while and worked at World Gym and a couple other places, bounced around, and I finally got a call from Memorial. Must have been probably the year before I met you, probably 2008.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 2008. Got a call from them finally, Sarah, and interviewed, killed it, got hired the next day, and the rest has been quite different every single year since then, but but it was pretty cool, man. And I met you because Wizzy was working there at the time.
Did I ever come
what a crazy time that was, though.
Dude, I just remember one of the first times I met you, you were doing a whole bunch of different type of workouts all the time, and like when your clients were done, I remember you strapped a sandbag to your waist.
Oh yeah,
and you were running around the circle.
Yeah, man,
and it swung so hard it took out that big ass plant.
Yeah, at the north,
swung around.
Oh yeah, I remember that moment exactly.
I was like, okay, something I probably would have done. Like, this dude seems funny.
I was going hard, man. I was going hard in 2009.
It was a pretty aggressive year.
Oh yeah. No, that was a cool place. I met Wizzy probably just a little bit before you, but I mean, man, it was a cool place. Got to experience a lot there, and yeah, I mean, I started as a trainer, part-time and weekends. So, I think that Memorial kind of just hardened me as an employee. Not in a bad sense, but like I just was able to withstand anything that work throws at me because the standards were high. The knowledge requirements were high. the responsibility was high, and the hours were hard. I mean, like, to make ends meet, not only did I have to take shifts I didn't necessarily prefer, like all nights, but only 5-hour shifts, or like, I mean, this because you were in there working out. I mean, I worked every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. for probably a good 2 or 3 years in a row, because those are the hours that were available. And did I prefer Monday through Friday at the time? Yeah. Now I work weekends and love it, but at the time it was a grind, and it just kind of hardened me in the sense that I was able to take on tasks at work much easier because I was just used to those conditions, and I don't want to make it sound like it was like hard conditions. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're grinding through a job trying to make it financially while also maintaining a good attitude and also balancing and having some fun. And, but yeah, that place taught me a lot, a lot of mornings there at 7 a.m. Saturdays and Sundays. I got to know everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I still see people now that 14 years later, well, not 14 years, like 12 years later are like, oh, how do I know you? And I'm like, and this was a guy from Napanee actually in my store. I was like, man, you look familiar. And he goes, I'm from Napanee. I don't get out here that much. And I'm like, did you ever work out at Memorial Health and Lifestyle Center? He's like, yeah, like 10 years ago. And I'm like, yep.
He's like, well, mid-2009.
Yeah. It's just a cool experience. I really loved that experience.
So what got you to, so the first time you took over, so I know you don't got to go through the whole journey through like the East Lake and that, but when you decided to purchase your first franchise, I mean, what made you take that leap, and kind of what were some of the first struggles?
Well, I think I should say, like, it wasn't like an overnight snap decision, even though it felt like it. But now hindsight, I was running downhill towards this for the past 10 years. I mean, ever since I started working there at Memorial, I mean, everything I did every year was like, it was inching me towards being able to do this, like taking coordinator jobs, to oversee certain projects, a lot of lateral moves, like just to get experience and just to understand how things work. I took a total shift over to retail. And so I made a lot of little, steps towards this along the way. So then when the time came, I think, it was 2 years ago that during COVID that I decided to buy into my own franchise for Fitstop. But it's like it wasn't a conscious decision. I feel like I made that decision a long time ago. And all the people around me, seemed to just kind of just cheer for me, I guess. And even as I say it out loud, because I don't that often, it's like I just had so much belief because a lot of people around me were so positive. Like, small group, but you guys, all the friends I met through you, and when I lived with you here, it just was like a lot of belief in that group. So it's crazy to say it out loud, but I think I was running towards this, and but yeah, the decision to do it really came out of, I hit a breaking point with my mental health, I think, during COVID.
Yeah.
No surprise.
Yeah, I think that's just...
I think that rings true for a lot of people.
It's a growing trend, yeah.
Well, actually,
it's like, what do you mean? It's like, what was it? I mean, because I was...
Well, I think it was the uncertainty. It was the uncertainty of what was going to happen and my future and my security, and just not being in control of any of the decisions. Because I mean, like when I worked for East Lake and Fitstop, everything, it was great. I mean, I was a part of the decision making process. But guess what? I didn't make the decision. I was a part of the process. And now as a franchisee, I work with them closely still, but in such a different, unique way. And let me tell you, it is so cool now to be like a franchise owner. Jason Evers, one of the owners of Eastlake, invited me to a golf scramble last weekend in Napanee for his hometown high school, one his son plays for. And it's just interesting, I'm sitting up on the tee and he's asking me and some other guys, like, if we want to buy this equipment for our new location or something, you know, it's like he's asking me stuff like, what do I want to do? You know? And that just completely, it just made me smile a lot to know, like, oh, wow, you know, like
You're really doing it.
I'm making the calls, you know?
Yeah.
People don't call me anymore. I make the calls. So, it's pretty cool. It's definitely, I think the choice was made out of just uncertainty. Because I could have gone on being happy with what I was doing. But, you know, I wanted to make decisions. I wanted to call the shots. And yeah, that's really what pushed me over the edge to do it. But Nutrition HQ too. I mean, that feels like it was, the purchase of that store felt like that was coming around for a long time too.
Yeah.
Cause I worked for him. For years. Like, I don't want this to be like a resume podcast or nothing, but it's just, I've done so many weird different things.
No, it's good to hear it's good to hear how you climbed where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, like I worked part-time for Nutrition HQ and rode my bike to work while I lived with you here that first year, you know, didn't have a car. You know, so I bounced back and forth between part-time there, part-time at the gym. And, you know, I worked for him. I learned a ton from Ricky, he's the franchisor. So he basically still owns the brand, but I bought the Mishawaka location from him. But, feels like that was coming too. I mean, that feels like that was always on the table, like back when I was working for him. So, I mean, that one is just, that seems like really the first fit that I could think of that, like, would I own my own business? It would be the supplement store.
Because you ran what?
Yep. So Complete. Yeah, it was Complete Nutrition. And then I got promoted to like regional, you know, management for that. And I don't know, man. It's just, it's the gym business and supplement retail is obviously in the same arena, but they're different speeds, man. Like in retail, you know this, you live and die by the numbers at the end of the day. And then, you know, you got to pretend it didn't happen and do it all over again the next day. In the gym, it's more of a culture that you're building. It's kind of like throwing little kindling on the fire every day. But, you know, you're not living and dying at the end of every day with the sales numbers in the gym. It's more of like the culture that you create. You want to create a culture that people want to be a part of, and, you know, you want to retain those members so that they're happy. So it's just, there's two different speeds in the same arena. It's like, it's hard to describe, but the nutrition, the supplement store is kind of like the first, I would say the first, thing I thought I would maybe be good as the owner of, you know, the gym franchise. I was just kind of, until COVID, it just kind of was like, oh yeah, I'd be good at that, you know, like whatever. But yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't talk about this stuff out loud a lot. It's really interesting, you know. Like,
I know, I like it. Like, honestly, I think we've ever really had like this. Everything comes on like, wow, crack jokes and stuff, whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's just like it's not that I don't want to talk ever about it. It's just like my brain's so active on like what needs to get done, and you know, in order to keep some semblance of peace in my brain, I almost have to like turn that part of me off.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm not there.
Yeah.
Which I'm not always good at, but I just have gotten so used to, like Iron Man, just turning off the suit, man. Like, you know, you have to just completely cut the cord. Well, at least I do, I should say. I shouldn't speak for other people, but yeah, that's.
So how do you do that? Because that's a hard thing to do. I mean, what is that? I mean, obviously, being a business owner, I assume your stress levels extreme. So, I mean, what are...
Yeah, only when I open my eyes, really.
Yeah. Like, there's no boss you get to call. You have to...
Yeah.
So, I mean, so what do you do? How do you handle the stress, all of it?
I mean, it is stressful, but it's positive stress. It's not the kind of stress that makes you feel like your back is against the wall. You know, it's different. So the stress comes from wanting to excel higher than my own expectations, which are already too high. Because I think that's the thing that I'm working on the most right now, is keeping my expectations high but reasonable. You You know, like
Yeah, no, that makes
like,
sense. Yeah, I mean,
and I think it comes from just always wanting to be overachieving and stuff. And but how I deal with the stress is just, I mean, well, I have two main hobbies. It's golf and my dog. I mean, that's pretty obvious to anyone who knows me, but those things really give me the things I need to decompress. It's like the golf is just for some type of athletic. I know some people would disagree with that, but it is a sport. But it's for the athletic, swinging the clubs, getting out and walking hills. I actually walk a lot on the golf course. If I'm playing on a Saturday or Sunday, I'll take a cart, but after work, I'll just grab my stand bag and walk the entire course, man. I burn like 800 calories walking the back nine at Blackthorn on Tuesday night. Yeah, I mean, that thing is hilly, man. It's different when you're in a cart. You you take for granted the hills. Oof. Man, it's tough, but I do that for the the competitive nature. I like playing golf because of the competitive nature and the outdoor activity. And then my dog, man, has really just kind of filled the emotional holes if I ever feel them from time to time. Because it's not every day, but when it's stressful and I don't want to talk about it because I'm trying to turn my brain off or unplug from it, my dog is there for me, and it just, I don't know, man. It's definitely a true love with the puppy. So that's how I mean, those are the only two things, man. That's it. I would say working out, because I do still work out 5-6 days a week, but it's just different now. I mean, getting older, injuries, just goals are different. Not having the time to really put in full effort on like a training program. I'll revise that. It's not that it's not about not having time. It's just I have other priorities right now that are taking up a lot of time. So I work out and I I still train just for the sheer enjoyment of it, basically. But as an outlet for escape, it's not quite that anymore. It's just I just enjoy it. But when I go to like de-stress, I think it's more about golf and just hanging out with my dog.
Nah.
Which, yeah, I'm kind of it's especially since COVID, I've just become very, I would say, introverted at home. I mean, I'm super social at work all day, every day. And I love that, but I just have two speeds, I guess. I mean, it's all in social, or it's just completely dark mode.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, is kind of nice.
It is. I mean, sometimes just being by shit, since I quit, I've been the same. Like, I'll talk to people, like, if somebody invites me places, but I don't go out of my way, because I'm like, I have everything that I need right here. So. Well,
and then also, I think, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to really believe that, if it's your happiness, then it doesn't matter what other people think about it.
Yeah.
It really, really doesn't. I mean, like, I don't know. I had a couple private messages recently, like, oh, you play too much golf, or all you post is your dog. I'm like, man, those are the two things I like, dude.
Yeah, I like that more than you. Sorry. What do you want me to tell you? I don't.
They meant well. They meant well.
Yeah,
they meant get out to a bar, or like get out and go. I don't ever see you out. I'm like, well, I just don't.
You've never really been
I've never really been a. Well, I have been, but takes a long time to recover from those nights. We've had a few, but
yeah. Well, I mean, thank you.
But
wound up in a cast on one of them.
Yeah, I did end up in a cast. So I mean, actually, if I know what you're talking about, is when my smoke alarm went off after I tried to make flaming Dr. Pepper shots. Jeremy Keenan burnt his lip. I got up on a stool.
You end up
and
on
I'm trying to hold
a stool.
I'm on a
no
stool.
Human should be on.
Trying to hold a pillow to a fire alarm, and all I needed to do is press the test button. Fell off the stool, broke my wrist. Yeah. That is a definitely a funny story, but
I can understand how you probably stay away from alcohol.
yeah, that was the turning point. Folks. That was the turning point.
That's what I gotta stop. I burnt my buddy's lip.
Oh man, yeah, but I look forward to going like nights out as just like a celebration now. I don't. It's got to be something to celebrate. I'm not out looking for something to do, because the things I like to do are defined for me clearly.
Yeah.
I like to work. And the only reason I like to work is because I've just created the kind of work I want to do, you know? And so I like to do that. And I like to play golf. I like to hang out with my dog. So
Now, how old's the dog now?
he is going to be 3 years old in July. So yeah, 3 years old, man. And when I, when I brought him home, we stayed here for a while.
Yeah. He wasn't too bad for being a puppy. Because most puppies are just insane, but yeah.
Actually, I would say probably, man, a lot of pivotal points have happened here in this house, or like, surrounding felt to thigh, man.
Yeah, that's a big decade of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just thinking about the other day, if we talk about I was talking to Justin, his daughter just turned 20, which is crazy.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I was thinking about her 5 years for me and Justin from 33 to 38. That's nothing. 5 years mean nothing. But for hers, 13 to 18, you think about how many years go by now, and it's crazy to think. You compare those time frames, damn, man. It was really. I don't know how many years it was. Probably at least 3 to 4 here, right? Here? At least 3. I think it was off and on. I think you moved out for a little bit.
Yeah.
You had that gig, and then you came back. But,
oh God, yeah. I lived in St. Louis for a while. Moved back inside 6 months.
Yeah. Didn't it start with? They're partying.
Well, that was kind of part of the whole learning curve to being able to be doing what I'm doing now, which is I was working for a guy that the guy that I bought the store from, the Nutrition HQ store from. And, man, I just wanted to do so good for him. I wanted to work hard. I wanted to get things done. I wanted to do things that other people wouldn't do. And he said, "Oh, man, I got something going on in St. Louis. Man, I need you there." I'm like, all right, picked up and moved, man, the next day. Moved the next day, and circumstances changed, and we ended up shifting and relocating a store. So I moved back to Indiana, I don't know, 6 months later.
Were you there for the riots?
I was, yeah.
Yeah, those are huge riots. I remember you're like, well, I really can't go outside.
Yeah. That was that definitely was during that time. The malls were, because our stores were in malls. That was pretty scary, being on lockdown a couple different times at the mall happened to me, and just kind of staying closed a couple different days. It was definitely it was crazy, man. But that that was just part of doing what I just always wanted to do what I had to do to prove myself more than somebody else. So yeah, I think I was here longer than that because you moved me in here. You helped me move all my stuff from the downtown apartment.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Because it was
just you and me, man. It was just. If it would have been you,
because you're right. It was 2011. Because I remember we're both wearing LeBron jerseys when he was with the Heat.
Yep. Oh God,
so that was
LeBron.
11. Yeah,
First of all, anyone listening, LeBron James. If you do not like LeBron James, you need to have a discussion with me.
Yes.
All right.
We've got stats.
Just had to put that in there. We've got stats.
Listen,
we have
it all
math.
here.
You know that stuff I didn't like in college? Yeah, but we've got
Excel came out and figured that shit out pretty damn quick. I tried to look. I was trying that picture we had. We were standing there watching the game. I couldn't find the other jersey.
Was that the first Heat championship?
Yeah.
First Heat championship.
2012 maybe?
Man, what a time.
It was so. Do you get the projector in there, dude, on the wall?
What a time. Yeah, it was so good. Yeah,
that was crazy. We had the Kaepernick Super Bowl here.
You moved me in, and you helped me move in here, and shoot. Well, I didn't move out until basically the year I got married.
Yeah.
So that would have, maybe the year before. Maybe?
You weren't. I think you just bought the house. Didn't you buy the house in summer? You got married in October?
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range.
6 years.
Yeah.
6 years.
Damn, that's crazy.
6 years. Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, we did some crazy stuff.
Yeah, man.
I like questions.
All right, so what's a common myth about your job, about being a business owner? What's one common myth?
Ooh, man, the biggest one is that you're rich. Because that ain't true, man. That's the
You're
biggest
not?
myth.
Okay, well.
Cash poor, but asset rich. It's different, but that's a good myth. Another one is that you're able to just slack off because you own something. I don't know if that's the biggest myth, but I hear that sometimes. Man, that's not true.
Oh, you own it, man. Have your employees do it. But
No. Well, there is some level of like you need to have the infrastructure and the team, but man, you got to be working on strategy. You got to be working on vision, culture, all that stuff. If you're not doing that, if you're skipping a beat on that, then the team's not going to do what you would do if you were there instead. So now you're wasting your time and your energy, and your team's not doing what you wanted to do. So, but yeah, the biggest myth is that you just got money laying around. You know, it's
you're
like,
all set.
yeah.
So what's the biggest challenge that you're facing right now, and what are some things that you're doing to kind of overcome those?
Well, I'll just give you a glimpse into like an actual real personal battle I'm having.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, like, it's not nothing too serious, but business related. I took a couple of assessments lately. Turns out I score really high on competency for business, and I score really high for collaboration, creativity. One thing I scored lower in was confrontation. And I dug into this a lot last week. Had phone calls with my with one of my mentors, Ricky, who I bought the store from, and I scored a little low on it. Like not low like an F, but like confrontation. What happens is I'm getting into the employee mindset too much because guess what? That's what made me successful.
Yeah.
So right now, my struggle that's holding me back from higher level strategy is I need to work on confronting things a little bit more proactively within the staffing, within the everything admin related, because like that employee manager mindset is what got me here. And that's why I just do what needs to get done. I don't confront things when I should
fix the problem instead of
correct. I get myself dirty and I get myself in the weeds and I fix it. But guess what? That takes a day or two out from me, in the higher level strategy. So that's the biggest challenge I have right now is abandoning the things that made me successful to this point, abandoning them and then taking on a new role in ownership, which, man, it's hard. It's hard to let go. But, yeah, that's one thing I'm really consciously working on as a challenge right now, for sure.
So what do you got to do to get past it?
One thing I'm doing is I'm writing lists and I'm taking notes on the things that I'm doing every day, to grow the business, not things I'm doing in the business.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to work on my business and work on it growing, not work inside of it every day. And I'm just kind of like, I'm in the awareness phase that I'm trying to make that shift. So it's been 2 years now, but of self-employment, owning these businesses, but like, I'm still in a transition. I mean, that's the challenge is abandoning those things that got me here and taking on the new role so I've taken it on, but not embraced it fully.
Okay.
Cause I tend to go in and just do things my way or the right way or the faster way or the better way or the more creative way, whatever it is, that's the challenge right now is just letting go of that and working on the new role of higher level strategy.
So what's one piece of advice that you've learned that you could give to somebody if they're like, hey, I want to run my own business or I want to open up a gym? And what's one big piece of advice you can give them?
I think I had two ideas in my head that popped in, but I'm going to give the less popular one, which is make sure you really want to do it because it is a 100% focus and time commitment. A lot of people think, this goes back to the question you asked me about the myths. Like, you're not rolling in money right away. Maybe you are, but not typically, right? But I would say the biggest tip I have is make sure you really want to do it. And then tip 1A, if you really want to do it, just do it. Go for it. I mean, there's literally no better feeling if you know that you want to do it. And so that's my biggest tip is make sure you know what you want to do. Don't do what someone else wants you to do.
So what do you mean, like?
Oh, like if you want to,
Like what do you? So kind of walk me through. Like, what do you mean? Like if I don't know. I mean, I guess what was that?
so
when you really wanted. What do you know? Like, how did you know?
like
You're
let's
hey,
say
I really
you work.
wanna, so you're not,
Let's say you work at a pet salon.
Okay.
And you do some grooming, or you do some dog sitting, and you work for another place, right? And you say, oh man, I should do that on my own. I should make my own business. My advice is just make sure you want to do it. Make sure that you really want to do it, because you're going to be doing it every single day. Like right now, you might work 4 days a week. You might work 5 days a week, and then you turn your phone off, and you think about what you could be doing if you did it on your own. But like, if you do it on your own, just make sure you really want to do it. Like I would say, don't do something because it's, just because it sounds like a good idea. You have to really want to do it. I think that for me, at least, that's been the key. That's my advice is I really wanted to own a gym. I really wanted to own the supplement store. Like I had zero reservations about that. So I think that's my biggest advice is if you do really want to do it, just do it. Just absolutely plunge right in. Doesn't matter how much money or time.
It is. I think that's the biggest thing is definitely just pulling the trigger on it. So.
Oh yeah.
So I do want to kind of want to switch gears. I know you've got some good stories. So let's talk about gym stories. I mean, there's got to be some. Because I think you've seen every aspect of it. It doesn't have to be one that you've owned or anything else. But
oh man, it depends on the audience rating here.
Listen,
are we going PG-13?
Never, not any one of my fucking episodes. I believe somebody did a count. There's
I've seen poop on the walls at least 5 different gyms. So
what?
I might as well just come right out the gate.
Hold on. So what happened? Like, is that like a?
Dude.
A poop fight? Is it a poop fight?
I can only speculate. I wasn't there.
But it's been happened several times. Does somebody just get mad and throw it? You have to toss it.
Let's see. It'd have to be a toss. Or a smear.
Either way, what is happening?
I'm telling you, dude.
Was there
the number one thing that you cannot imagine about owning a gym is that people do poop all over the place, man. I'm just telling it really happens. I can name 3 or 4 different instances in Kendallville, 2 in Middlebury, 1 in Granger, 2 in South Bend. So, that's just the ones I can literally remember the crime scene. So
that's bananas. Any instance you had to because I could think of some crazy shit that I think it's
first of all, that's I kind of threw that out there for a little bit of shock appeal, but it is true, 100% true. And I think honestly I think it boils down to it's just sometimes people just want to destroy stuff, man.
What if you just go in there and you see somebody smearing shit all over the wall? I'm like, jeez.
Man, that or we had a serial egg cracker who would just crack eggs all over the place and leave the shells and all the
hard-boiled eggs.
Yolk. No, just just raw eggs, man.
Frying pan or what?
I assume he was popping them in a protein shake, but man, you're not trying to wash your hands and get yolk on you. So
I got yolk today,
dude. There's so many gym stories. I've got, a lot of them make me laugh. Only a few make me upset. The poop one's definitely an upsetting one. Yeah. That's an upsetting way to start your Monday morning.
That's a delegation task, sir. But hey, look, Mark, I know you just got here, but somebody shit all over again.
Yeah, I've seen some wild stuff. I've seen someone get married in the gym.
Married or proposed?
Literally get married. Yeah.
There was a minister there.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where was this at?
This was in Elkhart. Oh. About 5-6 years ago. Oh, yeah, man.
Now, a best man.
I don't know if this person got a certificate online. I don't know. I don't know, man. But it happened. I seen it. I seen it.
Can I do I have to sign something?
Oh, man. But yeah, bless them. I don't know. I've seen some crazy stuff. Working in the gyms is pretty. I would say it's definitely an intimate setting, man. You learn a lot about people. It's an open, vulnerable place to begin with. So now you can go and fly under the radar. Sure, you can stay closed off, but man, you end up getting to know a lot of people, and what they struggle with and what they're going through and why they're there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, the stories are pretty awesome.
I remember the one dude, man. I'm not gonna say names, but
I already know where you're going.
The sexual.
We haven't talked about it in years.
The sexual.
We haven't talked about it in years,
dude.
and I still knew. As soon as you shook your head, I still knew.
It was so gross, man. It was very. It was just too much, man.
Would you care to?
So I'll give this sound. I'm gonna say who he is. I think he's a surgeon or doctor or something.
I don't know.
Anyway. But it's a very sexual. It's a gay man sexual sound, is the only way I can explain it. It sounds as if there was another gay partner there that he was just getting busy with. And I'm just standing next to him
Which is great, but not in a public gym.
Yeah, and also, I'm right next to you here. What are you doing? But it would just be like While he was pushing, I'm going, I can't do this. I can't. Yeah. And it would just,
I don't think I ever even witnessed this.
Oh my God.
I just heard about it.
It makes you uncomfortable. Like it's uncomfortable. I don't even want to hear a regular sex sound. And that last thing, even if it's not even how of a chick's do. Well, I mean, different, but I'm not. It's still the same gym. Like I'm trying to still. Well, I'm not here to listen to all that. But dude, it was so, and it was every single bench was like. I kept looking at Wiz. I'm like, I gotta leave. I can't be here.
That must have been before I got there.
Oh, dude, I was like, I cannot work out here. Like just that night, I was like, I'm done. I'm not coming here because we used to go there late at night, and he always, lurk in there to make his weird, aggressive sex noises. But
gyms are great, right?
Telling you.
Yeah, man.
Hey, so what are the biggest pet peeves you see in gyms? I know you've got some.
Oh, you mean mine personally?
Yeah, like if you're.
Oh man, I got one, and that's it. I don't care about scrubbing toilets. I obviously clean poop off the wall. I mean, that's not like a license for anyone listening to just go poop on my walls. But
did you smear it? Did you smear it? You did it, didn't you? You did it just to set up your
employees.
Oh
man, I only have one true pet peeve, and that is when people touch the mirrors. And I say it with a smile on my face and with a laugh in my voice because it's just me. Like I know that it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but like it is so hard to get smudges out of a mirror. Dude, have you? I mean,
it is. I wear glasses, so I get it. Like I will spray and I will wipe, and I'm like, why is there?
Next time you're at your bathroom mirror, just look at it for like 5 seconds longer than you normally would. You'll find a bunch of smudges. If you start to try to clean those, you are going down a deep dark path. Because you will not be done cleaning that thing for at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, I just when I brush my teeth, I just get all my spit all over the mirror because I'm a sloppy human. So I wait until I take a shower and it's all just steamed up, and I just take my towel and try to clean it off. Oh, don't get me wrong. You get your layer off, but then right when you go back, you see the specks of where everything was.
Yeah, that's my big pet peeve. But I kind of say it with a grin because, I mean, I'm going to clean it up. I mean, I'm going to wipe it down. But, like, I have I have the most Mac Daddy squeegee of all time, dude. I bought the best squeegee there is.
First off, let's rewind. Since we've known each other, did you ever think that the most excited you'd be in a day is the day you said, I have the Mac Daddy of all squeegees?
Man, no, but it feels great to be here.
That's your biggest problem of the day. Someone left a damn streak on this mirror.
Dude.
Do you have a name for the squeege?
No, man. The squeege is good, though. I could just adopt that. He just got named.
Who's got the squeege? I'm on it.
Yeah, the squeege. No, that's my only pet peeve. Everything else, I get it, because the gym industry, like working in it, owning a gym, you really are there to serve others. So, I got no problem clean up. I got no problem. I mean, I'm in there cleaning treadmills when I'm there and toilets and vacuuming and wiping down windowsills. Like, I like to clean the details. It's like the windowsills or like the edges around the drinking fountain, make sure. That's another thing in my drinking fountain. I need to keep it clean. So I'm always polishing that thing up. I know if a couple people heard this, they would laugh their asses off because that's the first thing I do when I walk in is I polish off the drinking fountain. The place that people are they put their mouth right there and they stare straight down at it. I want it to be clean every single time.
Not that people that shake their protein shake in there and shit.
Oh, that actually, I can personally tell you that I've spent probably, I don't know, $300 in the past year because of protein shakes going down drains. So
when they have those signs, it really means, because every time I've seen those signs, I dump all of my shit right now.
I think the word is coagulation. coagulates down there.
So it just gets in there and builds
It's just-
up like like the
yeah.
bottom of your. If you think they're rinsing out your.
Just clogs the arteries, man.
I've thrown away so many fucking shakers. Mm-hmm. I mean, I bet me and you probably just retired 100 and more at least. But
At least 1,000.
you know, I was younger. I never really exercised a lot. Like I played sports when I was a kid, but as I got older, you know, like it's crazy now how my mental health is tied directly into exercise. If you could give an easy statement, okay, to somebody, you know, say, hey, what does exercise do? You know what I mean? Like, what happens? An easy way to explain it, I guess, because you've explained it to me, and it makes sense.
Man, I mean, gosh, we could go down this.
Not too long of a
time.
rabbit hole, because
No.
most of my viewers are a lot
it's
like
just
me.
Think of it like it's like a cascade waterfall. Like all the good things that happen to your body when you exercise. Your hormones release, the good hormones release. You know, your cells adapt. Your brain, your neurochemistry, you know, spikes. Your cardiopulmonary system. It is just a cascade waterfall of positive things to your body. And it's like so many things happening all at once that, you know, you can't help but just, you know, you cannot deny the fact that exercise does so much for your mental health because it does influence your brain chemistry. I could sense myself going down a very long conversation. Yeah. So
no, you're good. No, I get it.
No, but it's mental. And you know, actually, I can give. This isn't maybe exactly what you're asking, but it is on the top of my head because I did play golf this morning at Elkona. Dude, the mind is a powerful thing. Like, and your body is a powerful thing. When they're working in sync together, that's when really awesome stuff happens, you know? Like there's one golfer, Jordan Spieth, who just is known as making incredible shots. You know, he's known as the golden kid. He was winning majors. Like he's 19 years old, just better than everybody. He hits every single shot believing that he can put it in the hole. Doesn't matter how far away he is from it. And guess what? He does it more than any other golfer. He holes out from off the green more than any other golfer. And he also says he believes that he can put it in the hole every single time. He's hitting the shot to make it go in the hole. He's not saying, oh, I want to go on this side of the hole just in case. Like, no, he's trying to make it in the hole every single time. And so, you know, that's, if you flip that on exercise, if your body, like, if your brain can't seem to get going, if your mental health is struggling, but you just tell your body to move, it flips it on you. It puts your brain in a good mood. So it's just those two, your brain and your body are two powerful things. And when they're working together, that's when you feel awesome. So they're very much hand in hand, like the mental health and movement and exercise. It's hormonal, it's metabolism, it's cell adaptation, it's everything. I mean, there's a whole field of study like exercise is medicine. You know, it like cures people.
I mean, it makes sense because I think I was talking about it a little bit earlier, but like yesterday, how I felt like a couple of days without like I can tell there's 3 things I know that I don't if I don't drink enough water, if I don't exercise, if I don't get sun, vitamin D.
Man, isn't water becoming a thing for us too now?
It's so dumb because
like okay, so I turned 39 in a couple months. I tell people I'm turning 40 next year, and it's true. Like next year,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just what I say, but like. I got into an argument with my friend Shane's wife in Florida because she was like, she thought I was misleading her. She's like, oh no, you don't turn 40 this year. I was like, no, I know. I turn 40 next year. She's like, well, how old do you turn this year? I was like, 39. Like, I don't know. I just started saying it already. I'm just like, I'm slowly gearing up to it. I'm just like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm dipping my toes in there.
Yeah. I've already planned out. I'm like, how many months I got left now?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Yeah, man. I don't know where I was going with that, but.
I don't either, but.
Yeah, that.
It's crazy. But honestly, like as you get older, it's so weird that
the water. That's what I was going with.
Yeah,
the water. Like hydration is so important in general, but like I'm noticing it now more than ever. Like, oh, this is the other thing I can say. It's like the wellness industry is so different now than it was 15, 20 years ago when I started working in it. Because, dude, hydration products are all over right now. Like young 19-year-old bodybuilders and everyone's buying it. Like, dude, that stuff wasn't cool. Like you wanted the caffeine and like, and people still want that too. Don't get me wrong, but like, dude, hydration products are top shelf marketing right now. I mean, like everyone wants like electrolytes, coconut extract,
Coconut water,
essential amino
money,
acids.
by the way.
Dude,
Merkin coconut water. I hate coconut. Everything about it, the texture. But coconut water,
man.
dude, my knees. I feel inflammation in my fucking knees. And I started drinking coconut water, and like I was like, I felt a little bit better.
So pretty much every amino product that I sell now at the store has coconut extract and other hydration ingredients that help keep your cells hydrated and keep your body hydrated. It's so important. I mean, you feel better. And I guess it's weird how mainstream it takes us so long to get to that point, right? But like when you look at like college athletes or pro athletes, they force feed that stuff to those people. Like, you know, they talk about, they preach hydration, you know? And like they've got the IVs and they've got everything, the electrolytes, and yet somehow it took mainstream, you know, health and wellness and supplements like so long to catch up to it. But yeah, hydration, man.
It is crazy. I mean, it's
As I'm drinking a new Gatorade Fit Healthy Real Hydration.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. No, but it's crazy. Like honestly, like I'll notice. Which another thing, I also got to hit you up. I had the Athletic Greens. I had to cancel that one just because it was a little too much money. I got to hit you on that green stuff. But so I would wake up in the morning. I would take this the green, same supplement stuff you have, and like on an empty stomach. And then I'd half hour later taking pre-workout, do my workout. I noticed a couple things. Like first off, like supplements are there for a reason because I don't eat vegetables. I try my hardest. I like broccoli. But here's the deal: I'm never going to eat my serving size of any vegetables, and I don't like fruit. I'm not really a big sugar fan. I don't ever eat any fruit.
Oh, here's a tip for you, dude. Can I interrupt you?
Yeah, absolutely,
dude. So even if you did, you're not getting what the nutrients that you think you are. Like, who was telling me this? I don't know, man. I can't remember. I should give credit to someone for telling me this, but like, let's say you eat an orange today. It has like only 15% of the vitamin C that an orange had like 100 years ago. I mean, if you think about it, like our whole food sources.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think there's a reason why like health and wellness and supplement stores do well, and it's because they do provide great benefits. And the very nature of the word supplement means we're not trying to sell you everything. We're just trying to maybe point you to some things that might help fill in the gaps, you know? But yeah, the whole food sources are not as nutrient rich and dense as they once were. So like, even if you are going to get all servings of your fruits and vegetables, who's telling how much of the actual nutrients you're getting?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, shit, you remember when I bought that damn Ninja blender?
Oh,
and we
dude.
bought,
Oh, no.
You bought like a pound of blueberries. I bought like a pound of strawberries. You put all of the blueberries in there and it made like 0.7 ounces.
Dude, let me tell you, that made me more thirsty after drinking that juice.
You couldn't really drink, came out, it was like,
dude.
You go, well, that's $7 worth of blueberry.
Dude, I think I spent $40 on produce and made a 6-ounce glass of juice.
I traded that for a box jump the next day. And that box jump's right in there.
Much better.
Dude,
much
Team's
better.
like, oh, that Ninja, dude, 'cause I think I cleaned out more blueberry and banana out of the goddamn blender.
Oh, yeah,
than what was actually, Dude, it goes, you just looked at it. You were like,
dude,
this is stupid.
I actually do have a magic bullet now, which is like those old blenders or whatever. But I use it pretty often. But I don't know. I just think it's worthwhile to do a couple supplements if they make sense. You know, that's one thing is like you got to get the right stuff. You can't get just anything. You know, like
what's the recovery stuff you gave me? The recovery.
Oh, probably. Well, I can't remember what it was. Reload.
Yes.
Reload.
Yeah, and I can tell I can tell a difference of like you get. I don't get as many cramps or the fatigue. That's what it's like when you want to work out again the next day. As I'm getting older, I'm almost 40. Like that 20-mile bike ride and that 3-mile run the next day hurts. And if I don't,
yeah, it's got recovery supplements are great because they're not flashy, right? Like they don't give you energy or they don't make you stronger directly. But like all of those supplements indirectly help because whatever makes you train harder or recover faster or rest easier, guess what? You're going to work harder the next day. And so it accelerates your performance. So, Reload's a good one. It's got glutamine, essential aminos, branched chain amino acids.
Glutamine I never knew even what the fucking word glutamine meant until I met you. You start talking about, you're like, yeah, man, what comes out, if you eat like fish or red meat, the two things I don't eat any of. And I was like, man, I'm getting the worst cramps. Like my body was like, I've never got a side calf cramp where you can't stretch it. Your body cannot stretch that this thing, whatever this thing is. I'm just stuck. I'm like, but dude, like the glutamine, it's insane.
Glutamine and carbs. So they're throwing like carbs in powders for recovery now. I mean, like,
now compare that to like what
Carbolin.
There it is.
Yeah, I still sell Carbolin.
But so is that a similar?
Yeah, I think Carbolin is it's a carb powder, but it's from rice and potatoes. There's different sources of carbohydrates you can get. So a lot of the carb powders are just aimed at getting your muscles replenished with the muscle glycogen, so that you can heal and so you can recover and repair and build muscle. So those are great. But what's really big right now is creatine again.
Why did that ever leave?
Dude,
That's been the only thing that and protein is the only thing that's really...
I'd like to thank all the young TikTok creators for creatine because,
Cool.
Dude, man, creatine is on the rise. Creatine is actually there's a global shortage of creatine. Well, I know there's a global shortage of everything.
If I hear one more goddamn global shortage of
dude,
shit.
man, I just waiting to say global shortage, honestly.
Yeah. I got a list of things. You didn't bring up chicken wings, so I had to cross
4
that
hours
one.
since I got here, man. I've been waiting to say that. No, but it's so funny how things go in cycles, just like anything else, like fashion. Like, look at all the stuff that's...
90s gears coming back.
I mean, dude, do you remember,
they're going to get tired of these tight-ass jeans. The 80s jeans are going to go away. This people, man, I want some looser jeans. Somebody's going to wear some fucking Hinkos.
I'll tell you what, man. I just now got comfortable wearing joggers that have tapered ankles.
I can do the joggers.
And guess what's popular now is oversized everything. Mm-hmm. I can't keep up,
It's 90s.
Dude.
It's 90s.
I can't keep up, dude.
I
just now got comfortable with these joggers, and now I bought a bunch of pairs of them, and now it's not cool anymore. It's like you got to wear the oversized stuff.
Yeah, see, I don't have the calves for like the tighter pants, just because it's uncomfortable to take shit off, because my legs are so stupid and small everywhere.
You have large calves.
Like, everything up here is all tiny. I'm like a regular human everywhere, and then just so I get like longer socks. So it bothers me because they get stuck.
Dude,
weird.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know we were going to talk about fashion, but man, it's frustrating, dude. It is frustrating that I just now got used to these joggers, man.
Hey, look, here's the deal.
But I'm gonna still wear them. I'm gonna wear them now till 2048.
I have not looked in the mirror and thought about, because I had to throw it all out of my brain. I got done. I have not looked in the mirror and I used to be the cat that I'm not cross flagging. You used to call it. Like if you have a different brand,
perpetrating.
Dude, yeah, I used to have no. Hey, what do you got under? I got Nike. Like I'm wearing Adidas. Everything. Yeah. So, but I haven't. I used to look in the mirror like, all right, man, what do we got? Colors blend, everything else. Everything look good now. Like literally,
you know what's hot right now? Skechers, Crocs, Fruit of the Loom, dude, and oversized.
Dude, hey, watch. We're gonna we get dry race board. Watch, big ass jean and starter.
Hey man,
I've been buying these old vintage starter coats online.
Let's get some flared out Jinkos. All right.
Listen, I've already bought 75 pair. I'm in my garage starting a small Hinko. Is it Jinko or Hinko?
I don't know, man. Because I heard you say Hinko on the last episode.
So other people called it Jinko. So it was always a Hispanic. It was a Hispanic lowrider with the hat on. So like in the Hispanic cats, always call it Hinko.
I think we need to pull the audience. We need to get some comments here.
If anyone's listening here, so the jean brand either I've also heard Janko.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
There was a certain class of cats who would say that. They probably bought some janky Jankos.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I loved my pair, man. Or you know what else was cool was the corduroys, man. The corduroys, I'm expecting to make a comeback.
There's a funny picture I'm wearing because I used to play basketball at lunch all the time because I could shoot a 3, but I was chubby as shit with no cardio, so I could not make a team, right? But at lunch, I was quick enough to run to the corner, plop, run to the corner, plop. So I was wearing corduroys, sweater vest. Yeah, keep in mind under that sweater
Argyle
vest,
print.
Under that was a white T-shirt, soak up the sweat, and Jordans. So I'm wearing like the Jordan 12s, corduroy pants, a sweater vest, and a white T-shirt. But I'm shooting 70 behind the 3.
Oh, dude.
So like the coach is always like, "Why don't you We're not doing that.
No.
You already caught me smoking weed with your daughter, so obviously I'm not gonna make the team.
But yeah, everything comes around. So I was, I'll rein it back in here because I actually did remember the creatine thing. Like things go in waves, man. It was like 2 years ago. We were like creatine's in some products, but like by itself, we weren't selling a ton of creatine on its own, just as a raw ingredient to supplement. And then boom, like all these 17, 18, 19-year-old influencers and bodybuilders and fitness enthusiasts all started posting about it, man. Like, oh, this stuff is great. It helps your endurance. It helps you be stronger, recover, powerful. Dude, we went from selling like, I don't know, maybe let's say X. We went from selling X a month to X times 10 a month.
Damn.
And that has not slowed down. I mean, I literally order 3 different vendors, multiple cases a week of creatine, just hoping and praying that it shows up. It's crazy. So yeah.
I mean, so that's weird. Whatever stopped it? Did it? I mean,
it just falls out of. So like it's weird. So it's like it's the through the grapevine thing. So like for a while, creatine was the go-to supplement to help with strength and power and recovery and all that stuff. Bodybuilding, but the ironic thing is it's great for endurance athletes too, because it gives your muscle cells energy it needs, like at the cellular level. So swim longer, bike longer. So it's not just for power.
So is it repairing the muscle or is it?
No, it's it's like gosh, I'm not super fresh on my super fine.
Well, it's better if you dumb that down for me anyway.
If creatine is basically like the fuel that your tiny little muscle cells need to continue to do work.
Okay.
So each of your muscle strands has a bunch of cells in it, and obviously all the cells need to be powered. So basically the creatine helps with muscular endurance and muscular strength. So I mean, that's a really dumbed down version, but that's basically what it does. It helps you have endurance with your muscles and be stronger. So, but it's funny because then it got a bad rap for a while because people, talk about how it makes you retain water, you get a bloat.
Is that true?
I don't know. I mean, everything, a little bit of everything in that is anecdotal because everybody's different. I don't think it's true for everybody. I don't think it's really true. I mean, I would say no. So it's just funny how things through the grapevine get transformed and eventually it kind of just disappeared off the shelves for a while as far as mass popularity. But dude, it's literally, it flies off the shelves. It's crazy.
I remember that was back when, was it Muscle Tech?
Yeah.
Was it Muscle Tech? They had
Cell-Tech.
Cell-Tech.
Muscle Tech was the brand. Cell-Tech was the product. It had like 75 grams of sugar in it.
I remember that shit. It was like, dude, you got to get the protein. You got to get your creatine. And I was there. And then it was, what was the shit that was
Nitrotech, Cell-Tech.
Oh my God, Nitrotech. What was the shit they took off the shelves? Starts with E.
Oh, ephedra.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I remember back in the day, it was like,
dude, let me
popping
tell you,
that shit like that.
have you ever taken it?
Yeah, but it was normal.
I lost probably 30 pounds of body fat in one summer without even changing my diet. I mean, it worked. But,
yeah, it
can be dangerous.
Well, yeah, I mean, what's the main ingredient in it that it was somebody got addicted to or something? What was
no,
it?
ephedra extract.
Die or something?
No, yeah, there was a couple. The one that sticks out to me the most, which is when it really kind of became under mass scrutiny, was when it was a player for the Orioles, for the Baltimore Orioles, that died. I feel like his name started with an M. Yeah, in like training camp because he was like overheated, took too much ephedra, and yeah, I mean, bad circumstances. Of course, it's a stimulant. It's I mean, stuff can be pretty dangerous if you're not careful. So I don't sell anything dangerous at my store. Just want to throw that out there.
No, for sure. I mean, what I like to do is I ask you, ask you a question. You go, nah, what you said? No, he's like, my credibility is way more important than trying to risk. Because wasn't there some root or some, what was?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff out there.
There's a ton of something about how you could sell it off the shelf for expensive as shit. But you're like,
for sure. I mean, there's tons of products out there that are just, that they float in the gray area and they're not like technically illegal or they're not banned, but my reputation and credibility are way more important to me than selling anything that's untested or unproven or slightly dangerous.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because Yeti semen really took off, but I just don't know. What was the shit I was asking you? Was there something weird, dude? It was something so... It was like a root or something I was asking about. You're like, no, that shit's... It's illegal. It's super expensive if you find it. I don't know what... I can't think of it now.
I don't
I'll probably text you something.
Yeah, you will.
Some weird fucking sprig of ginger root or something.
Yeah. No, I like the natural supplement world is so great because there's been a lot of it's really cool what you can do. One of my favorite classes at Purdue was called Medical Nutrition Therapy, and it was a class devoted entirely to using foods and nutrition to cure diseases or to treat symptoms and things like that. So more the, homeopathic, holistic, route as far as treating problems. And man, that stuff, there's a lot of stuff that rings true to that. I've seen it firsthand. I've got the wives of cancer patients come into my store and buy NAC, which is N-acetylcysteine, which, doctors are telling their cancer patients to buy this because it will help their immune system.
Wow.
And, I've got people that, someone came in, a woman came in who I'd never met before. She's obviously shopped in the store, and she bought this product we have called Adrenal Support. She's like, I was having a conversation with somebody else about protein powder. And, I was ringing her up. I was multitasking and kind of talking to both. And she goes, I was like, oh, yeah, I love Adrenal Support. I wish more people would buy it because it's something that I really love, actually. It's just not sexy, right? It's not like the pre-workout. It's not the popular thing. And she goes, oh, my gosh, yeah, ever since I bought this, I have not ever been able to lose weight. And I've lost like 60 pounds in the last 2 years. And she's like, I sleep better now. I'm like, wow.
So what is this stuff?
It's called Adrenal Support, but dude, I'll show you. I'll send you a bottle of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. But like, I didn't really think of it as a weight loss thing. It's more of a total health thing. But
what is it designed to do?
So it helps if you're under stress, whether it's, physical or mental, emotional, whatever, all your body's glands and everything get out of whack. So it just helps your body balance and its rhythm. So
damn.
There's it's crazy, man.
Oh, that's true. Because honestly, in the highest times of stress is when I retain the most weight. Like when I gain the most and retain the most weight.
Yeah,
like stress.
And the thing is when there's no reason to like. Of course, like you can go all deep and technical on every little ingredient, but the thing that you see now is products that are targeted towards specific goals, like. We have a whole section in our general health. Like one of the brands is called Revive, and these are the names of their products, okay? Calm, Brain, Liver, Digest. There's a couple more, but like they're all just aimed at certain aspects of health. And what it is they're each of them are cocktails of different ingredients that all help towards keeping that specific part of your body healthy. So it's like everything you could get. It's like, hey, if I gave you a duffel bag with like football cleats, golf shoes, trail running shoes, and then like cycling clips, like you're ready for everything. It's like kind of like an all sports day or something, and throw some disc golf in there, throw a bunch of stuff in there. Like with some of these products, you're basically putting everything in one package that fits and helps, So
that's kind of neat. So now, is there? And I think I think there is. I think I've kind of bought them for. Is there like for somebody who's wanting to start out, they're like, hey, you know what? Going through a bunch of mental health shit. I'm trying to get my stuff together. What is there like a? I don't want to say like a cocktail. Was there like an all-in-one, like a starter pack or something that like, or something? Maybe you guys put that together at your store. Like, hey, if this is your start, do you kind of like, you guys are going to kind of put together something, or is there like?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've got to. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different reasons why that could be happening. So obviously none of us are doctors and none of us are specialists in the medical sense. But a lot of our stuff that helps people and with that is nighttime formulas. It's like we have a lot of different things that purify and detoxify your body at night, which can cause problem sleeping, which can lead to stress. So our nighttime formulas are really good. Some of the things in there are designed to help calm you down, calm nervous energy. So there's not necessarily a starter pack, but there's I would say the nighttime formulas are really good, especially for people that have trouble getting to sleep.
So what is it that does? Because I mean, that's
it basically,
is it like melatonin? It's not melatonin.
No. Well, we've got products that have that in it. But
because for me that didn't work. I started to have to take to it. It started to become, but no, just for me. That's the same for everybody. But.
Yeah, the things that I'm talking about are more like herbal extracts, essential oils, into a capsule that basically help promote rest. So they don't knock you out, you don't get drowsy, but it just basically it reminds me of Cat Williams skit. It's got that you know what I'm talking about? He's talking about smoking weed.
Oh yeah,
it's he's got that. Oh man, what is
cryptochronic?
Yeah.
He got the cryptochronic.
Oh man, no, but it has things in there that the nighttime formulas that we sell have ingredients, herbal extracts that just promote rest. So if you can get your body into a restful state, as in your physical and your mental energy, it's not nervous. That's going to be better for you to sleep better. And I don't know. I think a lot of people, well, at least a lot of people that I come in contact with, a lot of their stress stems from not being able to get adequate sleep.
So how important is sleep on a scale of, I mean, like you said, working out, very important, staying hydrated. How important out of those three things is sleep? I mean.
Oh man, I think they're a package deal, but they're equally.
Yeah.
I mean, they're equally important because hormonally, especially all the hormonal balance and everything, all the secretion of growth hormone and all the secretion of the metabolic factors. There's that one hormone at night that helps with your metabolism. There's so many hormone activities at night that if you're not sleeping well, then those things aren't happening, and then you wake up just at a deficit of hormone balance. I don't mean to interrupt, but I just want to think about. So is there? Because the reason I ask is because I sometimes have these sleep issues. So a lot of people will turn to drugs, alcohol, or even NyQuil. Now, and again, I'm asking, maybe you know, maybe you don't know, but is some of those almost the fake where it knocks you out, where you're not actually getting sleep, but you're. Yeah, I would say.
Because I'll be honest, sometimes I can't sleep, man. I'll pound through a glass of whiskey, and it'll make me tired enough to where it just makes me just want to lay down, but I'm not. It's not a. I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm not getting the best sleep.
Yeah. That's probably true. Yeah, I mean, especially after alcohol, you're not getting your best sleep. I mean, you may sleep through the night, but it's not rich sleep.
I feel like my body, the entire time I'm sleeping, it's like trying to repair my body instead, repair the damage I've done with the alcohol right before.
Yeah, I don't know though. The nighttime formulas are okay, but then the other thing to help with stress is just to, it's also supplements that help during the day. A lot of things that we sell help people get off their addictions to coffee. So who knows what everyone needs something different, but that's back to the root of why I always wanted to buy the store and own the store, is because I think there is something for everybody there, supplement wise. I think I would tell people to start with the fruits and greens powder for sure. As a starter
remind me, I got it.
Yeah, I mean,
because I have not only do you get buying it on Amazon anymore. I'm trying to,
Oh, I appreciate
You know, that honestly, that is, I would say that stuff, like, I mean, well, you showed me there was stuff to buy before you, I think, before you even
Yep.
stock, and it's way back there. Juice Plus.
Oh, yeah.
Or the way back in the
Yeah,
day. I'm
yeah,
talking
yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, I think it's just because it's smart. It's like, not only do you get vitamins and minerals, but you get phytochemicals, you get antioxidants, you get all the things.
Phytochemical.
Dude,
I've never heard that word.
Man, all the stuff that your body gets from fruits and, reds and greens.
Mm.
Without eating them, because like you said a little bit ago, like not a lot of us eat all those servings of fruits and vegetables.
And it's not easy to buy 4 pounds of blueberries every day.
No, it's not. It's not
for that one shot.
Either. Yeah. Fruits and greens powders can be a little bit more expensive than like a multivitamin, but like all the stuff you're getting is great. All the stuff you're getting is great. So, and it's coming from, ground up powder, like from Whole Foods, which is still like Whole Foods are still better. Whole Food Source is still better than just, I think, in my opinion, than multivitamin pill that you take. So fruits and greens powder I would start with, and, hydration, sleep, all those things help. But a lot of times energy too. People are looking for energy. Yeah, we sell a ton of that stuff too, but I don't know, man. Everyone's different. It's just that's kind of our model too. Is we don't have a line that we're trying to sell to everyone that walks in the door. We ask a lot of questions first. So
no, I mean that's good. I think that's definitely I want to I want people to hear, because honestly, even when I go there, I mean, obviously, I know you, so it could be biased, but I feel like even when I go in there, like all your people are knowledgeable. Because the worst thing is, like, I'm not knocking, all of the GNCs, but when I have gone to some of them, and even just been the same experience with some of the vitamin shops, like in the past, where you see some cock diesel dude behind the counter, he's like, "Nah, man, you need these, dude. You need this Androtech, man. You need 10 pounds of this." So, but it's cool to know that there's the people coming there for more than just more knowledge, because the root, maybe they're, this 70-year-old woman's not really wanting to talk deadlift, but maybe she finds out her sleeping patterns. I mean, you have a solution for.
Well, and it also starts with the whole model of our sales compared to that. Like we're not loyal to a certain brand. Like GNC wants you to sell their in-house brand. So like, what are they going to train their staff to do? I'm not shitting on GNC,
right?
But I'm just saying. I don't have any reason to sell you NG Nutra over Sweat Ethic or WK supplements over Rule 1. Like, I don't have any agenda. I just have to figure out which one's best for you, because all 4 of those brands are equally good for me to sell because I'm selling all of them. So I don't think that's quite the case with larger corporate big box stores. And I think that's just a difference in our model of how we do things. So I think that, and once people know that, I think that's why they like coming back.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, it makes sense. And again, I'm an Amazon shopper. Yeah, I tell you that all the time. Like, hey, man.
So am I, man.
If it's something that's like real quick and I know I can get it tomorrow instead of having to leave the house.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, when I tell you the quality is so much fucking different. I was like trying to choke down that shitty, what's the gold to call off of Amazon? I'm talking about the gold, whatever it is.
I don't want to throw any brands on
the but I'm just, no, I mean, the difference is, it's way different. I mean, just first off, the shelf life of that stuff. Because again, I'm not, I buy, the 100-pound tub or whatever for like $4.
Yeah.
And it's just like chalk. It's like they just ground up chalk, and I could barely even swallow it. Like, when I got your shit, it was like, I still have some of it. I still have like some of it left, and still, it's more fresh, and I can definitely see a difference in, just the quality.
Well, our all of our vendors, they're in the same boat with us as they're small business friendly. It's their livelihood as well as ours. So like, they're not just a bunch of warehouse workers behind a brand name. Like, it's their livelihood. These brands that they're selling to us, and then we're selling them to our customers who are our livelihood. So their quality has to be there. So if the quality's not good, we're definitely not going to keep selling it. So I definitely stand behind all the brands that we carry. I got a ton of brands, but it's their livelihood, it's our livelihood, and it's our customers' livelihood. So We don't sell something based on what's the cheapest.
Right. So you put the research in before you even meet with these vendors. You're not just going to have somebody.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of them have just, similar roads, like they've been in the industry forever. Now they're out on their own. They've taken all their product knowledge and all their, engineering skills, and now they're making their own brand, so it's pretty cool.
All right. So before we do wrap it up, so you talked about you having mentors and that. So we kind of talked about what's one message or a quote that you were given by somebody that stuck with you.
Dude, this one stuck with me so well because I was so scared to leave my job at Memorial Health and Lifestyle Center. I actually was talking about leaving there. I had full-time hours, but I wasn't making the kind of money I wanted. I wasn't moving up. And I had a good relationship with my direct supervisor plus the one above her. So, Sarah, and I'm not sure if you knew Alan.
Never met Alan, but yeah.
Alan, yeah. So he was a director at the time, and man, I just got along great with him. And both Sarah and him were mentors to me. But one time I went up to his office because I was thinking about just going all in with the retail, which would have been Complete Nutrition, now Nutrition HQ. Now I own the store. And this would have been probably back in 2015 or 2014. And I was so scared because I was like, man, I want to make the switch because I feel like even though I'll make less money in this next step, I can see a future in it, or I'll learn valuable skills. I was like, man, I need to learn the business world. I need to understand retail. I need to understand sales and numbers and projections and all this stuff. And so I was going to leave full-time, comfortable hours, even though it's just I wasn't advancing like I wanted to. So I went up to his office and I told him all that. And I was like, man, I really just don't know what to do. Like, I want to pursue this. And he looked at me and he goes, well, Jeremy, just how about this? If it doesn't work out, let's say that the new job doesn't work out. What's the worst that could happen? And I had no answer. I was like, I don't know. And he looks at me with a grin and he says, you just go find another job. You're a hard worker. And I'm like, holy shit, man. I mean, I started laughing and we're sitting there talking. Then he started telling me stories about his times in Chicago and meeting Michael Jordan, and I think a couple other people. And it's like, man, like that is the worst that could happen. I know that I'm a hard worker. I'm motivated. I'm inspired. I'm in, a superior's office trying to get advice about how to advance myself. So yeah, the worst that could happen is I just go find another job.
Yeah.
Like it was the most calming, motivating thing that I ever heard. And I'll remember it always. So that's the number one.
Crazy.
That's probably the best quote I ever got.
Oh, that is huge. I mean, that does make a lot of sense. And that's true, man. Honestly,
I mean, it's basic, but dude, it just did a lot of magic in just some simple words, man. Just someone confidently telling me that, like, try it, pursue it, see if it works out. What's the worst that could happen? You find another job. Like, now if you apply that in like a lackadaisical manner, like you could just quit everything and try,
Right.
But the point he was trying to make was I was already exhibiting the fact that I was working towards something and inspired and working hard. So, it just freed me up, man. Freed me up to just be motivated and go for it.
That's huge. That's huge. I mean, it definitely comes into play. I mean, it makes sense. Shit. I mean, that's the same thing. Like when I quit my gig, I was like, man, I was at the point. I'm just done. I was like, worst case scenario, I'll go fucking work at DoorDash. I'll work at Walmart or anything. I don't.
You're gonna make it work. You're gonna make it work.
Yeah.
No doubts. Yeah. That's like
the hustle's real. If you put you.
Yeah, it is, and that's just what you got to remember is like if you've got to tell yourself that you're capable. Like if you have to believe, you have to tell yourself, and then you have to believe it. And once you do that, there's no obstacle, The obstacles are just, man, you're just self-made, Like you can overcome whatever you want.
Yeah. That's some real shit. Well, good shit, man. Well, shit, man. We made it to, hour and a half.
It doesn't feel like it, honestly.
I know it's awesome, man. I was literally like, barely any breaks. You're going to make everybody else feel like alcoholics.
Dude, I did take in a full shot.
Yeah, it was, almost.
Oh wow, I didn't even finish it.
Yeah,
All right, well, I feel like I got to.
and now his shirt's off. Now his shirt's off. No, man. So before we take off, take a second to let people know what you got going on, where they can find you, everything else, man.
Ooh, well, the biggest thing that I'm pushing right now is my store at Nutrition HQ on Grape Road. We just did a remodel this year. We brought in dozens of new brands, and the store looks great. It feels great. I've got some good veteran staff and some good new staff. So yeah, I mean, come check out my store. That's like Nutrition HQ on Grape Road, 5804 Grape Road. It's right in the Hacienda Plaza there. Man, that's the thing I'm probably most passionate about right now is the store. Mm-hmm. And then also Fit Stop Mishawaka. It's crazy, man. I got a lot of things going on, but yeah, my store and I'm trying to take over Mishawaka with Nutrition HQ and Fit Stop 24, man. I feel like that'll be a nice little 1-2 combo, go to the gym, go grab a drink at the Nutrition HQ store. So it's already happening on some scale, but I feel like the gym right off Grape Road is going to accelerate. Yeah,
because I'll be honest with you, I've been paying now $10 a month, $40 a year for what's it called? A bunch of a lot of people eat there. They have kids running around. Looks like a gym.
Yeah, dude, I'll tell you what, man. I do get a lot of. I get probably I get 5 to 10 messages a day about this new gym opening up. I get messages and tags every day at Nutrition HQ. I'm very happy with how things are going, but if you haven't checked it out, I think you'll have a good time checking out Nutrition HQ and definitely Fit Stop 24 Mishawaka. I just dropped 10 grand on them lights, man. This place is going to look nice.
Explain to him kind of where it's at. It's tucked back there a little bit.
Yeah, it's right off Grape and Edison, so it's like in between. It's kind of like in between Grape Road and the movie theater, right off Edison.
It's right across from like the car wash.
Yeah, kind of
behind
across.
Yep.
Across from the car wash. Yeah,
because it's a huge building. It's kind of offset back there.
It's off the road, but we've got a marquee sign out there on the road. But it's not too. It's like literally right off Grape Road. It's the first plaza on the left.
Yeah,
if you're heading towards the movie theater. So, yeah, man.
Good deal. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you on. Made an hour and a half. No shirts off yet or anything. So it's a new one for us.
Had a fun time, man.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, thanks again for being in, and thanks everybody for listening to the KQ show. Tune in every other day for just sounds of me sleeping.